Papa, it's in the truck. So I had a cool little BMW. But it's not a station wagon. What do y'all call them nowadays? What do you think? Just so I know. Looks like a pregnant sewing machine. I ain't gonna lie to you. X6, like a little cross breeding thing. I don't know what you call it. Papa, that ain't cool. I'm like, hold on. I'm always talking about kids hiding. I said, my grandbaby's gonna want to get what I'm driving. So I went and bought one in Lamborghini. Y'all know what that is? You pull up, not only does my grandbabies want to get in it, everybody at the school wants to get in it. And they were 2 seats. We spent a long time sitting down. All right, you sit down, you stand up. You sit down, you stand up. But they hide around the post. Maybe for you, you want to go get a Lamborghini. Maybe you want a pickup truck. I'm working on a project right now of trying to get the Lamborghini into the truck. And that way I got the best of both worlds. The little Z4, the BMW Z4s will fit in the back of the diesel, but the Lamborghini won't. So I got to make some modifications to get the Lamborghini into the back of the truck. Maybe 3 weeks. I thought that crazy, Kyle. I don't need to put it in the back of the truck. I don't know what it is for you. I have no idea what it is for you. But I believe we got to figure out what it is we want out of life, right? And that's all I'm talking about. This is all success. That's just success. What's significance? Significance is when you change someone's life. You heard me talking about the coach a minute ago. His success was in the wins. His success was in the victories. His significance was in the changing of the lives of the young men, correct? You've got an opportunity right now. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care how many milkshakes you drink. I don't care how many goes, pros, Nerdos. I don't care if you take the back, you eat it orally, crush it up, apply it topically, or snort it. I don't care. At some point in life, you're going to die. I don't care 199.99. But at some point in life, you're going to die. Which y'all agree with me? You're going to croak. And when you croak, they're going to have a funeral. And people will say some words about you. And if you're just successful, they're going to say, woo, he had a nice house. Woo, he had a Lamborghini. Woo, he had this, he had that. He had a boat with 9 motors. I don't know what they're going to say about you, but they're going to put some dirt on top of you. Nobody even know your name next week. You go out there and be significant. You go out there and change someone's life, physically, financially, emotionally, and I'll promise you this, they'll put dirt on you, and for the next 100 years, they'll still be talking about you because you changed someone's life. That's the difference between being successful and significant. The beautiful part is you can be both. Because a lot of times it's hard to be significant until you become successful. People say, oh, I don't believe all that. We help you. The poor can't help the poor. Oh, I disagree. I can donate my time. Let me explain something to y'all. Charities, they got all the time they need. The time bank is full. Right now, they need some Monday. If you ain't got no Monday, you ain't bringing nothing to the table. True story. So I found the poor can't help the poor. So your success, the more successful you are, a lot of times the more significant you can be. So maybe it's just for you, it's about being significant. I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to move you. Only you can determine what's going to move you. For me, it's not material. It was material. At one point in time, it was material. Matter of fact, I was share with you my first dream, 18 years old. My first dream when I entered this industry. It sounds weird, so don't laugh too hard. But my first dream was to be laying in bed and be woke up by the sound of a vacuum cleaner. And to look over, my wife was still in bed. That was my first dream. That dream came true. First time in my life the dream actually came true. My whole life I've had a dream and it never came true. But an old man told me, he said, if you got a vision, if you know what it is you want, and you're going to apply some energy and effort to it with the right vehicle, you'll live it. And so I did that. Man, next thing I know, we had a maid. And we're still in bed. She's vacuuming. I said, that dream has come true. So when one dream comes true, I said, what if another one can come true? And so I set me another dream. Not a goal. I set a dream. Here's where I wanted to go, and then I set some goals to get where I wanted to go. And then my next one came true. So it started out kind of self-serving dreams, Is that okay? Say yes. Because a lot of people say you can't have self-serving dreams. I'm here to tell you, if you ain't got a self-serving dream, you probably ain't going to never do nothing. And you might have to change it up a little bit once you start, because things change. In the beginning, it's all about you, and all of a sudden, you kind of got what you want. You're like, wait a minute. I'm not getting any pleasure out of this anymore. Now my dream's got to be something that's significant that I'm getting pleasure out of. So your dreams may start out material, but they will change over time. Make sense? I know I'm getting deep for some of y'all, and I don't know why I'm up here talking this much about this, but I believe somebody here needs to hear what I'm saying, and that's what I'm telling you. What I love about myself is it gives you the opportunity to be significant and successful simultaneously. It gives you a chance to go change people's lives physically. It gives you a chance to go change people's lives financially. Some of y'all are sitting there going, right now, God, I just need to change mine. But you know what? Congratulations, you're going to change yours. But your situation will never change until you learn a concept, you learn a law. And the law is this. In order for your situation to change, you've got to go change someone else's situation. You've got to take your eyes off of yourself momentarily and put your eyes on someone else. When you're not looking at yourself is when everything happens. Have you ever tried to stare at something that's moving real slow? Like you're watching a snail. And you just stare. That thing just never moves nothing. But if you walk over here for 10 minutes and do something different, and then walk back over there to the snail, look, that doesn't move. You can actually see it move. That's how life is. When we get our eyes off ourselves and we start looking somewhere else, we start looking at what we can do with someone else, finding out what it is they're passionate about, hitching your wagon to them, helping them, next thing you know, your life just changed. And it changed dramatically. But I love about myself we get to do both. Is that huge? Say yes. 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 You have several people come up here and talk about this coming weekend in Orlando. I have seen events change more lives in this industry than any singular thing ever in my entire 42 years of life. Started with me as a young man, 18 years old. I may have been 19 because I was very defiant. He told me to do something, I didn't want to do it. My mentor told me I had to go across the country, and I had to go to the event. I said, I don't want to go to another event. I've got all the rah-rah I need. Right now I need some money. That's what I told my mentor. And he said, well, you kind of got the chickens and the eggs all mixed up. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, the money comes after the event. I said, what do you mean? He said, you missing so many components, and the components you're only going to get at an event. I was like, whatever. But he taught me another theory. Has anybody ever heard of the pile theory before? They should teach this in college. I didn't go to college. I should have, but I didn't. I didn't have a choice. Unfortunately, the cards that were dealt with me called me to leave high school to go work for the family. Okay? So behind my last name, I ain't got nothing but JR. That's my daddy's an SR. Y'all see how that works? So they all teach us in college, the pile theory. Here's how it works. Y'all ready? This is like, I'll charge all y'all for this. Y'all ready? Here's how it works. Whoever's got the biggest pile does the talking. Whoever got the smallest pile does the listening. And as I looked at my mentor, I realized his pile of money was much bigger than my pile of money. So as defiant as I was wanting to be, I said, wait a minute, this guy's pile is bigger than mine. And I had learned the pile theory early on. So I decided to shut up and listen to him and obey him and follow his commands, or whatever you want to call it, and I found myself across the country at an event. Still didn't change the fact I didn't want to be there. Because I didn't need no rah-rah. I didn't need no motivation. I didn't need none of that stuff. What I needed was to make some money. But I'll never forget, I went to that event. And there was a lot of great information. There was a lot of motivation and all that stuff. But here was my life-changing moment. I didn't say a moment changing, I said a life-changing moment. That caused me, it had such an impact on my life, it changed me who I was as a person. It almost sounds silly, but it was a life-changing moment. Watch this. I saw a guy I related to. I saw a guy who had the education level of me. He made it through 11th grade. I saw a guy who spoke worse English than I did. I speak broken. This joker's stuff was broken a long time ago. I saw a guy who I could relate to that had become extremely successful. And I made a decision that day. I believed that he could do it, so could I. I I didn't believe that if he could do it, I could do it 100 times better than him. That's not what I did. I just said, if he can do it, so can I. Why would I have to spend the rest of my life making money with my hands? Why would I have to follow the people in my family that went before me, that never amounted to have anything? The biggest asset my family had was love. We had a lot of love, but other than love, we didn't have nothing. And why would I want to follow that process when I'm looking at a guy who I can relate to, who had achieved success, and all I had to do was at least do what he did, and I just broke cycles within my entire family. I'm telling you, I left that event with a whole new vision of life. I left that event believing I can. I left that event forgetting about the high school school teacher when I left in 11th grade, and I adored this teacher. I left there knowing she was full of it. When she looked at me when I was quitting school and said, "You will never amount to nothing." You see here, if I hadn't seen this guy at that event, I would still be living what she told me my life was going to be. But I saw something, and I said, I'm going to do better. If he can do it, I can do it. Did it change my finances? Yes. Did it change me as a human being? Yes. Did it change me as a father? Yes. Did it change me as a pop-pop? Yes. I don't know what your mother said.